This is Henderson Brathwaite. I'm a actual local bus contractor. And I just want to clarify some things with Mr. McCoy concerning the RFP that was given out to Zoom. I was not able to participate in the RFP because the part of the RFP you needed to have more than 58 routes. I'm a small business. I run about between 10 and 15 routes in the county for 20 years. So I was not able to participate in that RFP. It was more geared towards a big company like Zoom. Yes, we've always had a shortage of drivers in Howard County, but in the 20 years of being in Howard County, I never had to cancel a route because as local contractors, we always network together. If I'm short, I'll call one of the other contractors. They will help me out and vice versa. We work together as a group, as a network. So that was why we were able to meet those challenges of shortage of drivers. In the past, we've always asked for more money to help our drivers, and we've never given that in the past. And the fact that recently we were promised a certain amount of money towards helping the drivers, and that wasn't given to us, but unfortunately was given to Zoom. We could have solved this driver problem had we got more resources in terms of extra money for our drivers. We could have retained our present drivers with that, and we could have attracted new drivers. So I think the board may have didn't get the right information they needed to get in order to make those votes they did, but we could have solved the driver problem had we got the same resources that Zoom had got, and we would have had local drivers who knew the county, who knew the routes, and we could have done a much better job, in my opinion.
Well, I appreciate your comment, and I can say that as far as understanding how the transportation department has operated in the past and understanding whether or not they have sufficient staff to take care of the issues that they encounter has not been a clear answer yet. But I do recall them saying that the local contractors were given the opportunity to, it was suggested to the local drivers that they come together as a, sort of like with the government contractors, Westinghouse or Northrop Grumman will get small contractors to come in to bid on a large contract. And so it's all under Westinghouse and all under Northrop Grumman, but they're being supported by the smaller contractors. Rather than having hundreds of small contractors, you have one large group that is being managed, that's managing the smaller ones. So are you saying that you all weren't aware that that was an option for you all, or you didn't know about it, or, because I can only go by what they tell us.
The option we were given was to go as a subcontractor and work under a larger company, i.e. a Zoom type company. And we're all small businesses. We all work for ourselves independently. So, and we've been doing it for many years. So for us to go for work for another company, that's not going to happen with the small contractors in Howard County. Right. So that was the option we were given. And I didn't have the option to bid because I was too small to bid on that RFP. I had to go with a bigger company in order to be part of the process. Mm-hmm. So that basically eliminated me from in that whole process of the RFP. Okay. I live in Howard County. I'm a resident of Howard County. All my employees are Howard County employees. I pay taxes in Howard County. Now, just think about it. We're paying a company from California who are bringing drivers in from California. So our resources are going to California instead of reinvesting that money within the county. Does that make any sense to us as a county?
Yeah. So number one, yes, that is an outside contractor, but the reality, they realistically, and the expectation was that the drivers would be local because, I mean, you can't ship them in. They did it as a short stopgap measure, but that was not the way they were to operate in general. But I mean, to talk with me about how they awarded the contract, I wasn't in on it. I understand the frustration about it. And I agree that to have local vendors with the tax base remaining here, and I understand what you're saying, but as you indicated that because of the requirement that you be able to manage larger numbers of routes, that kind of put you out of the running. But I would think that me personally, if I had a bus company, I would come together with another group and say, hey guys, let's do it together. And we'll individually have our own company, but we're going to come together for this RFP and we're going to make the bid because we can take those 50 routes.
Okay. We're coming together as an RFP. So say there was 5 companies and they wanted to come together. Those 5, let's say there was 6 companies and they wanted to come together. Those 5 companies would have to be under that 6th company. And that's changing your whole company article.
Right.
And you'd have no control of your company.
So
so why would I want to, as a business, all of a sudden give my control to another company? I'll have to, and small business with the new RFP in terms of invoicing, invoices changing. You have to wait 90 days before you get invoiced. Small business can't wait 90 days to pay the employees. So that whole RFP was not advantageous to the small business in Howard County. That was advantageous to a large company. And it wasn't an incentive for a large company to come in and take out the small companies, in my opinion.
Yeah, I appreciate your perspective. And again, I don't even know what the RFP process was. I'm relatively new on the board. I don't even know if we saw the RFP. I know we asked to see it after the fact, but I don't know if the board before me saw the RFP and what the requirements were. I understand the reasoning, what the possible reasoning was, because they really didn't give me any reasoning. But the possible reasoning may have been, but as it's all about matter of perspective. And so, I appreciate the smaller contractors, but I also appreciate the frustration of having to manage multiple numbers of individual contractors when you're trying to address transportation needs. And But the
advantage of having multiple contractors is that you don't rely on one company.
Yeah, I agree. So you're talking about monopoly
if I have issues, I have 3 or 4 companies I can call and say, hey, I'm short one driver, can you help me out? And vice versa. We are all invested in the county for many years, and we all network in the county. All our drivers are local. So if you invest in one company, if that company goes bust, guess what? The whole county goes bust.
That's true.
So
thank you.
You gotta be careful about that.
Thank you. And I just wanted to stop to say thank you, Henderson, for your service to our community as a bus contractor. I imagine you've also driven children when needed. And I just want to stop and thank. I know I recognize a few names on this call, and it looks like we have several school bus drivers and bus drivers. So I just want to stop and say thank you. We appreciate that you're continuing to take kids to and from school.